What up? What up? What up? We made it. Welcome to another week of Journey of a Jackass. And I am your host, Daya Shakur. And I'm here with the wonderful, illustrious Mom of the Year, hustling her ass off.
Yes.
Golden Goddess.
How you doing, folks? We here again.
That's right, man. We get close to episode 25.
We are.
Yeah, we get
It really seemed like we did 25 episodes.
And we didn't had a lot of good guests on, a lot of good hosts. You know what I mean? Not little co-hosts and all that stuff. Like it's been the variety has been amazing and stuff like that. But before we get into that, how are things on your end?
Okay, so I started school this week. My son plays football, so he has his practices and games. So I had to take my son in the one thing so I can be able to take the other one to the other thing.
Yeah.
And just differences of work schedule or whatever. But as a whole, okay, so I got onto a new contract with my job. I ain't got no bread on my face. I got onto a new contract with my job. And then this is the first time that I actually kind of like was handling stuff within the job. So it was actually smooth, like really.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations.
And then, but besides everything else, you know what? It might be some ups and downs or whatever, but I don't have any like real gripes and complaints. I'm just happy to be here and happy to be able to do the things that I want to do with my kids and shit like that or whatever. Excuse me, like that. And just be here with y'all.
Oh man, what you talking about? Excuse me. You talking about some excuse some shit, fuck. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not the cursor.
I know you're here to keep me in check. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So how the kids? Man, I'm doing good. How the kids doing in sports? They doing good.
Excuse me. Well, I took my youngest out of the kickboxing because it interfered with the practice. With my oldest, because one of them is on one side of town, the other one's on the other side of town. I try to do it one time where I can be with one and then leave the other and go pick them up, but the other one don't get out on time, so then I'm late picking the other one up. So I'm just kind of like chilling with my youngest on the kickboxing because he done had like some behavioral issues in school.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to keep him on a little tight.
Well, he gonna act out and be over there doing kickboxing barefooted on Tobacco Road with Uncle Billy them.
Well, he ain't on Tobacco Road, but you know what I'm saying. Like he been a little bit off the chain, a little bit more than what he normally is. So kickboxing and martial arts usually helps with that kind of discipline though, and organized sports. So that's surprising. Well, the thing about it is when he get in there, he do it. Yeah. But when he get out of there, he doing other shit. So he's still he's very hyper. So he's still at that age, but I'm gonna keep him in some. But I'm just kind of like I just cut back on that or whatever, and focus on this older brother. And I have him doing some other things like educational things. I gave him some words. I gave him a whole word sheet for it's probably about like 8 weeks. Okay. And then every day he writes the words, he writes the definitions, and the other day he writes 3 times each. And then another day he gives me a sentence. Like I gotta keep him busy. So that's what I'm doing with him right now.
Well,
trying to, refocus his mind to actually stay on focus, if that makes sense.
Well, what's a good thing about that though? When I was young, I was the same way. I was all over the place, stuff like that. And my dad, my mom had me doing the same thing. And then look at me now, writing books. I wrote music, poetry, all that stuff. I found the outlet for my writing. You feel what I'm saying? So you never know what that could turn into for me.
Right.
You feel what I'm talking about?
Right. And then there is no downside to learning expanding your vocabulary. Exactly. Yep. Education, vocabulary, that's still all in education. So ain't no downside to it. I'm just giving him something so he's asking me busy. He ain't on YouTube, got no TV, he ain't got no computer, he ain't got no phone. Well, outside of the school computer, what he got doing there, but he don't have anything else. and I have it all connected to my phone, so I shut it off.
Shut it off. Look at you being Mama Bear. Mama Bear down there.
I do this. He's trying to tell you. What's up? What you got going on? I know you got something new going on.
Oh man, listen, man, everything's been going, falling into place and everything. You know, I sent them the edits for my newest book for review and all that. You know what I'm talking about. I pulled it down.
When you saying edits, like edits for a screenplay, movie,
manuscript for a new book. So what happened was, I published it. I published my full book too soon. I went back and read it, and a lot of stuff didn't make sense. So I pulled it back down, and I went and tailored it enough. So I resubmitted the manuscript.
Oh, okay.
For my fourth book.
Okay.
Yeah, fourth book. Four. So not only that, I started a new job this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of excited about that.
Awesome.
You know, yeah, man, I've been there smiling on these people's faces. Look, what the hell is wrong with this dude? Like he's retarded or something. You know, I'm smiling all in their face. I mean, whatever y'all need me to do, I got it. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right, don't be Sambo now.
Oh man, you know I ain't been no damn Sambo. You know, I get in the car and I drive away. I'm like, man, all right. But then, I mean, right now the work ain't hard because I'm just in processing all that stuff. So, right. I mean, yeah, it's good. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? I've been having a couple books events. I sold books at the Baltimore Rhythm Festival this weekend just passed.
Yeah,
man. That was good. They had a lot of little African drummers out there. They had a hip hop stage. They had a Mexican beat your feet dance. You know, I forgot what they call it dance, but they was out there beating their feet. You know what I'm talking about? And I was just sitting out there in front of them like this, eyes all big, just dancing in front of them. And it's like, oh, this motherfucker crazy. I might get him away from the goddamn stage. So, that. And then I've been out here selling these books, just pushing as usual, fathering, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So yeah, everything been good. So tonight we were supposed to have a special guest, but he couldn't make it. So
yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all good. You know, things come up, man. People, emergencies happen.
Life
happens, right? So I thought because of everything going on crazy in the world, I think that we should talk about how people out here are delusional.
Delusional? What you mean like delusional?
Man, delusional. Like how people have false senses of entitlement. How that false sense of entitlement make people do wild stuff, crazy stuff, lie, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Do crazy stuff, like delusional ass people out here. You know what I'm saying? And I got a couple of examples of it, or whatever the case may be. Like even today in this year, like on the TV, just showed a naked man died outside today. Like what
naked man died?
Yeah, man. We gonna get into it though. But before we get into all the stuff about these delusional people, story time with me.
Story time. Let's go.
Story time. So look, I'm gonna tell a story about a time that I was delusional. I was delusional. It wasn't even the woman's fault this time. It wasn't. It was me.
It was just you.
It was just me. So anyway, I was messing with this chick like I always do. You know, I have stories for everything. But this one was my fault. It really was. So I was messing with this chick, or whatever the case may be. We was kicking it, having a good time, right? She told me what her situation was. She had a boyfriend. When he got back from Iraq, they was gonna get married. She just was having fun. I was like, okay, cool. I'm with the shits. I'm Jody. If you've been in the army, you know who Jody is. I'm Jody.
I don't think you take me to be in the army and know who Jody is.
Hey, Jody, you leave your old lady behind. I'm gonna scoop her up. Take care of her while you gone. Damn. Jody. So anyway, I was messing with her. And we was messing with each other the whole time he was gone. He was gone for 11 months. We was messing around for 11 months, right? So
that's a long time.
It's a long time. It's a long time. Now,
you might develop some feelings in that time. What you think?
I started developing feelings, right? Okay. A lot of pipeline, a lot of a lot of traveling, a lot of hanging out, doing stuff like, you know what I'm saying? She ain't had no kids. You know what I'm saying? I had a kid, but he wasn't with me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we hanging out, we doing all the adult stuff, the grown stuff. You know what I'm saying? Having sex. She the one I got into the Mile High Club with. Fun fact.
The who?
Mile High Club.
What's that?
When you have sex on the airplane?
Oh Lord, that's illegal. Y'all know that, right?
Oh yeah, it's illegal, but it happened, right? So anyway, so we doing all this stuff. I started catching feelings. You know what I'm saying? And I started catching feelings because I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? She doing everything right, whatever case may be. So on her old man that came home, boyfriend whatever came home on R&R. He was there for 2 weeks, whatever case may be. They was doing their thing. So me being delusional, I'm calling her, blowing up her phone. Hey man, what's going on? You know, blah blah blah. Why he ain't answer the phone? She texted me. Didn't I tell you that he was here? In my mind, delusional. I'm thinking that she mine. She my girl, right?
Crazy. That was delusional. That was
crazy, right? So he leave. As soon as he leave, she comes up. She come see me. I'm going off. You out here fucking these niggas, blah, blah, blah. I thought we was doing this. Delusional, right? You know, delusional.
No, we established that it's not delusional. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So, because in my mind, I thought she was mine.
Choke girl, you all know the one. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So, we got back in our routine of doing things, whatever case may be. We started messing around. I forgave her, being delusional. I forgave her. I'm like, she back my boo, whatever case may be. So what I didn't know is that when they came, and she didn't tell me when he came over the 2 weeks, they got married. And I didn't know. She didn't tell me. So me being delusional, thinking it's my girl, I go over there, spending time with her, whatever the case may be, and then she gets a call like, "Hey, we're coming home tomorrow." Me being delusional, I'm like, "You better not go see that nigga. You better not go pick him up. You better not do nothing." You know what I'm saying? So she was like, "I told you what it was when he got home. That this is what it was." Then she broke down and told me that we married. You think I cared? You my girl. Crazy, delusional. So the next day he gets there, she's there to greet him or whatever the case may be. I'm there too.
What?
I'm there too. She greeting him, shaking hands, kiss babies. I'm sitting there just like this too. And then she looked and see me staring at him. I'm like, tapping my foot, staring at it. I said, okay, cool. I ain't gonna make no sense.
What you mean? When he got home? You talking about off the plane when they greet people?
When they greet people. She was there to greet him. She was there to greet him. I was there to greet him too. Delusional. So anyway, I was like, man, this girl had me really, really wide open. So they go home or whatever the case may be. When they show up to the house, guess who's sitting there waiting on them? Me. Delusional. He's like, who is this man sitting in front of my house? I'm like, hey dog, why you with my girl? You know, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? He's like, nigga, this is my wife. Hey, did she look at him? You was fucking while I was gone, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? He said, yeah, man. I said, dog, you better not put your hands on my girl, you know, blah, blah, blah. Except me, delusional, crazy. And he's like, man, this is my wife. This is my wife. You was fucking while I was gone. That you was like trying to, no, blah, blah, blah. He's just crazy. He been stalking me, et cetera, et cetera, right? So I said, man, I ain't been stalking her. I said, I still got stuff in the house, right? So I said, matter of fact, I'm going to let y'all sort this out. And I'm going to leave. So I leave, go back to my crib, whatever case may be. So he goes through her phone and finds my number. And he started texting me, hey man, what's been going on, blah, blah. I said, man, ask her. But I know that she mine. Delusional, right? So he said, you know what? Delusional. So at this time, you know, my young inner animal started coming out. So what happened was he found out all of the truth. She broke down, told him all the truth. And he divorced her like 6 months later. He divorced her like 6 months later. And she called herself trying to come back and deal with me. You know what I told her? I ain't crazy no more. I ain't delusional. You got your man. You can have him. I don't even want you back. And that's story time with me.
I got some questions. Okay. 1.
Yep. Delusional.
No, it was not delusional. It was crazy.
How I was crazy when I thought the girl was mine?
No. You knew from the start that the girl wasn't yours because she already let you know that she was involved with somebody. Right or wrong?
Why she was doing all the relationship stuff?
That's a right or wrong answer.
Yep. You're right.
Okay. So stalking.
Okay.
You was at the airport when this man came back. Okay.
Yep.
I wrote down some notes on this one.
Yeah, I think I was like 25 at this time too. Yeah, I was like 25. Yep.
Pussy whipped.
Oh yeah, I was pussy whipped. She was dropping that thing off. Hey, when I said she was dropping that thing off, she was dropping that thing off. I was like, she was top 5. She was top 5.
And then
you know what was crazy? I think that situation right there is the one that brought back my inner animal out. I think that's when I really started going hard.
No, after that, blame that lady for the stuff that you was doing wrong, that you know was going wrong. She was up front with you. She gave you a choice, and you chose to go the wrong way. You chose to go left.
I chose to go
choose to go right.
Yep. Delusional.
No, not delusional. That's crazy. I wrote it on my notepad. Not delusional. That's crazy.
So it's not delusional to think a lady that I was sleeping with and doing things with for a year was mine?
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, even the one thing, I remember one time, we was at the park, and then she was like, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I said, don't tell me that you love me.
No, she didn't say that. She said she had love for you.
No, she said she loved me, but she's not in love with me.
She didn't say she was in love with you, man. You know what? You know what the simplest thing for this? You could just pussy whip.
I was pussy whip. I said that. It was top 5.
And then it had done got to the point of crazy, stalking. I'm gonna just put that out of there. But look, that was a good story time. I ain't even gonna get no more into that because that's not even our topic tonight.
And now look, you know what's crazy? What's really, really crazy about the story though, right? Because you know, every time I tell the other stories, it'd be some like wild stuff. But I was like, let me tell a story about a time that I was flawed. I've told someone here before, but not like this, not to this level.
You know what? I'm so glad this podcast where we can't come to like a whole come to Jesus moment. I'm gonna just say that, and I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Yeah. So yeah, that was almost 20 years ago now. That was 20 years ago.
And that refers to back what? Entitlement,
and people out here being delusional. So
you were delusional. Can we agree?
Yeah, I was delusional. I was
kind of like almost borderline crazy a little bit, right?
I showed up at the airport.
You showed up at the airport, and then what happened? You were standing in the background. You were hiding.
I was sitting there. I was like,
"No, that's not what I asked you."
I wasn't hiding. I was standing there in plain sight.
Oh, he saw you.
He didn't see me. She did.
Okay. Yeah. You was like this. You was gone.
I was gone. Yep. So now with that said, that was a delusional scenario. You say borderline crazy.
Why you keep saying delusional?
That was crazy.
Shit wasn't delusional as fuck. That shit was crazy.
That's just crazy, man.
Because you know what? You know how we talk about certain things and be like, oh, okay, well, if you did certain type of way or whatever, or you expect this certain type of thing, or if you live in this certain type of way, you know what I'm saying? Put it out to the person and let them choose. You didn't never say she didn't put that shit out to you. She put that shit out to you.
She put it out to me. See, yeah. And I chose. I made the choice.
Right. And you chose.
But as I'm saying,
you chose to cross the boundaries and you went crazy with that shit.
Yeah.
You can't blame her. That shit wasn't delusional. That shit was crazy.
She shouldn't have been putting that pussy on me.
Because the only reason why I say it goes that way is because if you would never been like, oh, she ain't put that shit on me, she just did whatever. No, she put it out there.
Now
you acknowledged it. And then you decided to go which way you wanted to go.
Yeah.
And you chose the way which you wanted to go.
The part that really got me though is that when they got married and she didn't tell me at all.
You ain't entitled to nothing. You ain't her man.
That's what I was delusional. And we talk about people being delusional and how they have a false sense of entitlement. So that's what we're going to transition to that. Now, I felt like I had a false sense of entitlement to her. Because
it wasn't false. It was something that you ignored.
It was something I ignored.
I think so.
I
think so.
Because she didn't tell me in the beginning.
I think that she put it out there and he was like, oh, okay, shit. I'm straight. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it ended up getting more deeper for you than it got deeper for her.
And that's what happened. Yeah. That's what happened. Yeah. I'm like, man. I would say her name, but I'm not gonna do that because we Facebook friends.
No, don't do that.
I'm not. We Facebook friends.
Keep it cordial. Keep it cordial.
Always.
That was a good story time though.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I always be only killing stuff about every other situation. I was like, let me tell you about the time that I went off the rails.
Yeah. You normally do. I was trying to think right now. I'm like, damn, when I had a false sense of entitlement.
Yeah, you ever been in any situations where you just felt like you was delusional about the situation? You just felt like you had a false sense of entitlement, like this is mine and nobody else's, or like, you feel what I'm saying? Like
I didn't feel like
because like that made me do wild stuff. My false sense of entitlement to that situation made me do wild things. Have you ever been in a situation like that?
So, I don't think I've ever been into a relationship with him and made me do. No, I'm not gonna say it didn't make me do wild stuff. But what I want to say is it didn't make me have a sense of entitlement because the way that we started off in the beginning wasn't the way that we ended. And normally that's how it is. But like in the middle, we'll normally have like an agreement, like, oh, okay, well, this is where we stand. The guy or
the guys
wasn't man enough, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
To put that shit out there like that. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't man enough to own up to their shit.
Well, you gotta think about this. Like even in today's world, though, like once a woman shares herself with a man, he does, and like now, men that don't have emotional intelligence and think and stuff like that. Once you share themselves with them, they feel entitled to always getting it or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're being honest with them.
And that's another reason why women have shifted to treating dudes like ninjas. Like, oh, we don't care. You know?
Yeah. The women
feel like if we care or do too much or do that special little stuff, they're gonna feel like, oh, well, we like them too much, and then they're gonna start treating us like bags of trash. That's another reason why, you know, I'm not gonna say it's prevalent for all women, but I am gonna say that is a factor. Then women be like, oh, okay, well, let me see if he worthy of this goddamn whining and dining. Let me see if he's worthy of this. You know what I'm saying? Cause men be like, they be like standoffish. And I don't understand what this thing is about. Like, you know, an entitlement as far as men, and I'm gonna question you on this, is like dating. Or if you dating a woman, even if you single or you exclusive and they either dating multiple women because you're single, you're trying to find that one, or you exclusive. I'm not gonna say I hear about different things or memes that I see on social media. Like, men don't even want to spend like more than $100 for dinner. Hold on, where you go? And then not expect sex. Where can you go and eat
for that?
For a man and a
this
woman
day and age,
to get a full course dinner and not eat for less than $100 or close to $100, and then like you want sex from that woman. I don't think that's something that should be expected of sex of. I really don't. That's just me.
Now,
because I feel like this. When it is, hold on now. Let me say what I gotta say.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
When it's on the man's side, it's more or less of a dinner. A lot of men are not into like the courting where they actually plan stuff and the shit is set up. You know, excuse me, if it's two people that, okay, well, we might consider ourselves, we might not be exclusive, but we might be like effing with each other like that, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
He might take me out to dinner and like spend a certain type of money, or I might be different. I might have something set up either in my place or at a location and spending the same amount of money, but we might not be expecting the same thing. We're just expecting a good time to spend time, communicate, talk about some different things. And I think that's a lot of disconnect when it comes to as far as entitlement, when it comes to the male and the female sometimes, as far as a courting relationship.
Well, you got to think about this though. Back when I was younger, it was natural to open doors. It was natural to not let your lady walk.
My man opened doors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was natural to do those things. It was natural to go out, pay for the dinner and stuff like that, and not expect sex. We live in a different time now. So because right now, the man can go out, he can open the doors. He opened the doors. He showing being chivalrous and all that stuff like that. Other men see that.
Chivalry has nothing to do with courting. That's manners as far as a man caregiving for a woman when it comes to a certain type of aspect of what a man or a woman is looking for in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe like a certain type of submissiveness or a certain type of, not something that's saying that is negative, but a type of control. You know what I'm saying? Like a man comes up and he opens the door. That's a chivalry, but it's also a minor sense of control. Because I'm not getting out of the car unless my man open the door.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not getting in the car unless he opened the door. I'm not walking out the house unless he opened the door. Yeah, I'm not going in the grocery store unless he opened the door or whatever.
So look, now this is my thing right here, right? So like I was saying with that, like you grew up with the meal and all that stuff. When I was younger and all that stuff, that was just a thing to do. Now these youngers out here, if you do all these things, they are expecting things at the end. You know what I'm saying?
You eat every day. Even if that person went, even if you ain't go out there and you went on a date, you still gonna get you something to eat. It's not about the eating. It's about the interaction and of the event at there. If you decide you want to have sex with that person, that's fine. But if you don't, it shouldn't be like, oh, I don't
fuck. This is that.
You might find out something about that person you don't like.
And that's that false sense of entitlement that we're talking about, right? Like just because that's what I'm saying.
Men or women?
Both. It's women out there using dudes for food and money.
That's true.
It is. So it just because I make over six figures, just because I make over 6 figures.
How would that person know?
No.
I don't think that's something that a person should know on a first date.
And you never tell them that, right? But just because I'm making said amount of money, right? I'm making a set amount of money. I'm doing certain things. There are certain women out here in the dating pool that feel like they're automatically entitled to that.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, I know that my stature allows me to be where I am, and I could be more, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know I haven't spoken to a lot of females, friends,
associates,
or just
I speak to a lot of females. You know that.
a common, just common conversation and be like, oh, well, I don't want to date a man who can't bring the same thing that I make to the table. Okay.
Real men don't care about women money. That's the thing. I say this all the time. I don't care about your money. How can you bring me peace? Yeah.
Hold on now.
Hold on. Yeah. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, for one,
okay,
we'll say this.
Okay.
A lot of, and this is just me. I feel like a lot of females that have that mentality are single.
They are.
Another thing is, it's not that, oh, a man can't make that money, but females feel like, oh, I don't want to build a man up. Okay. That's fine.
Do you?
But, also remember this. And don't forget this when you be like, oh, want to sit in front of the preacher and have your vows. When a man find a wife, he found a good thing, right?
Yep,
a wife is a helpmate. Okay.
Right.
It's somebody that helped you. It's somebody that networked with you to get where you are.
That's right.
What I'm saying is, it's not wrong to look for a blue collar man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And another thing is, all females that's looking for a blue collar man are not blue collar man material. And all men that are looking for a blue collar woman is not a blue collar woman material. Yeah. It's a give and take type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Y'all ain't gonna always be on the same level, even if both of you are blue collar. Because anything can happen at this point. You know what I'm saying? In our day and age and in our society. But the thing about it is, it's about an understanding. It's about communication. It's about your drive. It's about what are your goals and how are you willing to implement them to sustain whatever. You promise. If you're willing to sustain something that you promised to this woman or promised to this man, because women take care of men too. You know what I'm saying?
Homo sapiens.
Keep this thing together and for y'all to work together to make this shit work.
And now I agree with you 1000%. I do. But again, when out here, there are certain women that if they see that you're a certain stature, they feel like they're entitled to what you have. They don't feel like they don't have to do anything. That's why there's so many baby model, IG models, and all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So what I'm not saying, I'm not gonna say I'm against, like, wanting to have a whole caretaker. If my partners, it would be a whole caretaker for me. Excuse me. Then I'm all for that. But if I know what I'm coming into, and I'm like, okay, well, shit. He has potential.
Yeah.
He's a loyal ass man.
Yep.
He tries and do what the fuck I ask him to do and all this other kind of shit. And we can communicate transparently. I would take that over all that fucking money. Why? Because a man with money, and I'm not going to say just a man or a woman with money, again, they feel entitled.
They feel entitled,
and then there's certain stuff that they put up with and that they don't put up with. You might be with that person, they be like, okay, well, I'm with you, but I don't feel like being with you today.
Yep, because it like literally, if you look at it, look at some of our rich celebrities, whatever it can be. A lot of them are single, ain't got nobody, because they feel like they got options and they're entitled to all the women or all the men that are around them. So they're not going to just like, well, you know what I'm saying, deal with that one person. And that's another thing. Like when you said something about the dating thing, a lot of dudes be like, well, why I gotta open your doors? Why I gotta open your doors? Why I gotta do this right here? And you're not giving me none when I could go and find a woman that I don't have to do that for, and she's gonna give it to me because they feel entitled to it. If that makes sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense, but it's definitely, I feel, to me, and I'm not a single woman, but I feel like if I was a single woman, that would be a disrespect.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're a good
because my
woman,
thing
you know
is,
what I'm saying?
because my thing is, thank you. Because my thing is, nowadays, I'm not gonna even say nowadays, because it really kind of like it really just been going on. I think
niggas
it's
and
just been
females
like
ain't
a
no niggas and females ain't never been like this. The way they are now, they ain't never been like this. All these homo sapiens out here that think they should just get pussy just because. All these females that just not doing nothing. They feel like you need to be buying them Birkin bags because they feel entitled to it. Like the world ain't never been like this. Never.
yes, it has.
When?
Yes, it has.
Tell me when.
Let's go back to our what the name is. Let's go back to our Anna Nicole. Let's go back to our what's some other ones? Anna Nicole and a couple other people. She just won. I can't think of another one right now. But it has been like this. I just think that, of course, social media has been excessive on it. But what I think about it is everybody trying to compete.
Yeah.
And
That's the thing.
competing thing
is what's killing everything.
We're and I'm gonna take this off a subject a little bit.
Go ahead.
We're a country. We are the country. We don't hardly get no fucking days off. Like the people that work in this country, they work more than any other country. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then when people are looking for a partner, they're looking for something more like a stability. Yep. They're looking more for like a lot of people feel like this. Like especially if I make 50 or $70,000, I'm not trying to date nobody who make less than it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing about that is that ain't even medium.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't even fucking medium.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, I think it's so much focused on trying to live a certain type of way or be with somebody who has a certain type of security. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, it's not always about attraction. You're like, oh, well, damn, he good. Like, he good or whatever about that. But the thing about it is, I think we have gotten a little bit away. I'm not going to say all the way away. Just a little bit away of the attraction thing. And it's more about like, shit, I'm not dating nobody who can't come to the table with the same shit that I can come to the table with. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't necessarily mean financially. That means like emotionally, blah, 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 whatever. But everybody ain't coming to the table with that same shit. You can have $1 million and be fucked up.
And that's a fact.
You can have $2 and be the most giving, inspirational person.
And remember, we had this conversation before. I know dudes that make $40,000, $50,000 a year. There's leading their household. They are happy, content, stuff like that. I know dudes that's making over $100,000 a year, living check to check. And women just see, because they make that amount of money, they think that, hey, this is the guy to be with. When they don't know that he got poor spending habits or she got poor spending habits, don't know what to do with the money.
Ain't about the poor spending habit. Unhappy.
Unhappy.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna bring you happiness. You have to find out. Let me tell you this. So I went to this event. I think it was I think I said it on here. I went to an event back in April, right?
The sundress one?
Hell yeah. It was awesome. Yeah. It was awesome. And hey, see, look at my baby. Thank you.
And look, and then he brought you flowers on the camera. Right on. Look at that. He brought you flowers right on the. And that's what it's about right there, right?
And then they got the little things on it. They must be flowers that kind of like bloom real big.
So he brought you them flowers, so you know what he entitled to when you get off this podcast.
So look, I went to this event in April. What I was telling you, so the awesome event. It was hosted by the Omega Sci-Fi, whatever. Omega Sci-Fi, they are a big networking organization. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're in with them, and that just doesn't go for them. That goes for the Kappas, whatever they own, have they, you know, if you in, you know, and stuff like that. There's networking, right? So I went there, and it was so many black folk, like they were just beautiful, and it kind of baffled me because I have been here. I'm used to living in South Florida. I've never been to something that had so many influential black folk. End up seeing, I can't even think of the dude's name, Dave Banner, whatever I think it was. But anyway, the thing about it was, so I'm in there and I'm just chilling. I'm not looking for nobody. I got on my little outfit. It wasn't provocative. I'm just kind of just chilling with my cousin. And this guy came up to me and he asked me about something or whatever. We end up exchanging numbers. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, because I never implied that I was looking for a relationship. Our conversation led toward like a networking type of thing.
Yeah, right? That's right. That's why I like doing all the events I be doing. All the networking. Yeah.
So the thing about it is he is, I can't think of it right now to tell you the truth. But if I can give an overview, he was like some type of CEO and bringing more hotels in different areas. He co-owned or owned a couple of Marriotts that was out there, and he was bringing residential institutional living for some this is military, some barracks and stuff. And some barracks inside like the Albany State area, because they're still trying to build up out there, and that's here in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
And so we were talking, and he was like, hey, you know, how you doing, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So he was like, well, you can look me up. I look folks up, but I don't look folks up.
Because like I don't care. Yeah.
Right, because I feel like this. Everybody has a past. You know what I'm saying? I got a past. Don't look me up. I got a past.
Dude, man, but what I'm saying is, my motherfucking jail picture's gonna come up.
Why she look like this? So I got a pass. So he was like, yeah, just look me up. We're doing this new project and such and such and such. And the crazy part about it is I really want to find out knowledge from this guy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we had a couple of phone conversation. He was like, well, when you gonna come see me in Atlanta? I was like, you know what? It was never brought up before because my intention was just wholly networking. I was like, but I'm in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I can't be coming out there and be trying to fly to you or you fly me out and all that kind of stuff because ultimately I'm not materialistic. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be good if you can put $1 million in my hand. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not materialistic. And
he seen you in that sundress. He was like, he trying to see me there.
Right. And we had a couple of conversations. He gave me, you know, a couple of like small information that I really eventually already had, and just stopped talking to me. And I was like, well, wow, you know, he was like, well, and actually when
but you know why though? Because you was at the event, he felt entitled to what you had
exactly. And when when he actually pulled me to the side, because like I said, I saw it as networking. Now, don't even run. I know a lot of those people there were like brothers, sisters, and fraternity and stuff like that. It was like a lot of deltas and omega and stuff like that. Yeah. And he pulled me to the side, and because I was looking for my cousin, and he was like, "Well, why you introduce me to your cousin?" Then I said, "Why the fuck I introduce you to my cousin?" Like. I wasn't here looking for no goddamn relationship. If in a relationship, and that was entitlement, if a relationship would have peaked off of this, if I was in that position, then that would be something different. You know what I'm saying?
He felt entitled to it because every other woman sees what he has. And he's like, well, he
had a son and he had a son in the NBA and all that kind of stuff. And he was kind of like just listing off that shit to me. And the crazy part about it is I didn't fucking care. That ain't my goddamn money. But you put nothing in my pocket. That shit don't make my coochie drip.
Now let me tell you, because of the amount of money he makes, because of what he does, he felt entitled to every woman at that party. If you did, he felt entitled to
me at all. It didn't enlighten me at
That's what I'm
all.
saying.
And then we had a couple of
guess how many other
text
women
conversations, and I let him know what it was, and then it was done under that, and I never heard from him. I never reached back out to him, and it was no love lost, no nothing. I just knew what he was looking for. But first of all, excuse me, you old enough to be my daddy.
And now
you got
listen,
a son in the NBA that's the same age as me.
Imagine how many other women he met there that he's flying out right now.
I don't even care.
He's spinning the bag.
And the crazy part about it is,
the women gonna go because they feel entitled to his money.
I don't care how much money you got. I don't want that.
They feel entitled to his money, so they gonna go. He got it. I want it. I feel like have it.
I feel like, and this is just me, and we're gonna kind of try to wrap this up after this.
Yeah. Go, yeah.
I feel like if I wasn't there from the beginning,
yeah,
I don't care. Now, would I try if I was there longer? Would I try to see if I'm entitled to some shit? Yeah, because that's the smart way to do it. I'm not gonna be dumb. I'm try to, get a little bit coin if I'm involved in it. But
that's what I'm saying.
I don't care about that shit. Like when he was spitting off that shit, I ain't know who the fuck he was. And he was like, "Well, just look me up." I looked him up, and he about that shit.
Yeah, no, I believe
he was.
He
was a goddamn millionaire, but I wasn't interested in that. I'm in a relationship. What I'm interested in, I see that you a businessman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I might be a pretty face. He might be trying to, have sex with me, but I'm trying to see what you know.
That nigga was trying to put that Viagra to work.
And he keep on taking that shit because it wasn't working on me. I work out.
My bad. If I hit you with the blue chew, take him a blue chew.
When you gonna come out to Atlanta? I'm straight. I don't even really like going to Atlanta.
Yeah, nothing. You know why I don't like going there. Too much of the alphabet stuff going on.
Man, anyway, so look, we hit good up on that feeling entitlement title. So
what
we going into now?
Oh man, listen. I mean we got into it today. And look, and then I know you felt a certain kind of way about it because you started going in. I just look.
And I got me some flowers in the process. And shit
look. I was like, go April, go April, go. And I think this is the first time you was like, oh, I'm the winner tonight.
Mm-hmm. I am. Because I just feel like, sometimes I have to go ahead and speak for the women.
Yeah.
But on the same sense, I feel like, everybody is in their own personal thing. And, that's what we have this podcast for. We go ahead and put our opinions out there. And then you take it, you take it. If you don't, you don't. Shit, swallow that shit with some goddamn alcohol.
Yep, I don't give a fuck. You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. Fuck you. Bottom line. So anyway, let's get to the positive stuff because we've been talking about delusional people and how people feel entitled to certain things and relationships and
hold on, let me tell you one thing. Okay, last question, then we're gonna keep going.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is for both of us. And I'm gonna say in or out of a relationship. What do you feel like you're entitled to?
In or out of relationship, it depends. It depends on what
it depends. You need to say in a relationship or out of a relationship.
In a relationship, I'm entitled to loyalty, communication, effective communication, and honesty.
Okay, out of a relationship.
And some motherfucking coochie. And some motherfucking coochie. I'm entitled to some motherfucking coochie and we together.
Okay, out of a relationship.
Yeah, shit. Fuck that. And if outside of relationship, effective communication, I would do the build till we get to the relationship. The steady consistency. I'm entitled to consistency, right? If you can't do it, say you can't do it. If you can, you can't.
My number ones.
Yeah. And then if we been consistent long enough, I'm entitled to some motherfucking coochie.
Lord. Okay. So for me, in a relationship, I feel like I'm entitled to consistency.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm entitled to, now this is a committed relationship. I feel like I am entitled to chivalry and honesty, transparency.
Yeah. You big on the chivalry.
Fuck yeah.
You big on it.
I feel I am big on the chivalry because I do what the fuck it takes in the goddamn household. You know what I'm saying? I am one of those. I'm willing to cook. I'm willing to clean. I'm consistent as far as acknowledge your emotions and shit like that. And if I feel like I'm putting in that work, you need to give me that shit in return.
That's what I'm saying. You put the nail on the head though. There are women that's not putting in no work. They don't cook. They don't clean. They don't barely talk to you. But they want all the common. That they want all the stuff that you're putting in the work for.
Yeah, I'm big on goddamn chivalry.
Chicks barely be wanting to give up no ass. They don't give no head. They don't cook. They don't clean. They don't do none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they want all of they want all the wifely duty, the wifely things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm going. I ain't mean to cut you off. Come on, my bad.
Okay, so that was my first part. Out of a relationship, like just fucking with each other, I like transparency. Like be honest with me.
That's good.
I need to know where we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'm still big on chivalry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not gonna say like no deep chivalry, but chivalry like I need you to open my doors and shit like that. I need you to take on those chivalry responsibilities. And chivalry is not even hard. It's like, okay, it's like the simple stuff. So I'm big on transparency, I'm big on chivalry, and I'm big on respect.
Definitely respect. I can't deal with no disrespectful woman. I can't.
I can't. I
get. Yeah. I'm big. I'm entitled to threesomes.
Come on, man. I can't deal with you. I can't. But yeah, that's me. That's us. Okay, I just want to hit on a couple of little questions right there. I want to kind of like give you a little tease or whatever. We're gonna go ahead and move on into the community events and shout out to the businesses. What you got? I normally go first, but what you got today?
The community events. I thought it was the read of the week. But it's
hold on. Is it read of the week first? No, it's read of the week. It's after the community events.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm tripping. You know, we took a week off. I'm all discombobulated.
Yeah.
So my community event, right? My community event, because we've been talking about all this delusion and all that stuff, but this right here is a fact. It's happening. So the 8th annual, this is a real thing. This ain't crazy.
Okay.
the 8th annual Black and White Gala, September 23rd, September 24th at the Renaissance Hotel, right?
Okay.
999 9th Street, Northwest, Washington, D.C. And it is hosted by Megan Good and Lorenz Tate.
Oh, okay.
Yep, at the Renaissance Hotel. It's the 8th annual Black and White Gala, September 23rd, September 24th.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's gonna be I may come back and pop my head in to that event because it's gonna be some good networking, it's gonna be good people in a good crowd, stuff like that. And then it's at the Renaissance Hotel. So yeah, I be right there. You can go and get me a room, go upstairs. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And that's my community. And that's my community event.
Oh, you normally have some stuff. Okay.
Yeah, that's my community event.
That's still some good stuff. So I guess so we talked about the R&B Southern Soul Denim Affair, but that's actually been sold out. So I have been mentioning the 3rd annual Fall Wine Festival, which is on September 24th from 1:30 to 5 p.m. And it's at the Gracewood Manor. You have to be 21 to get in. There's going to be unlimited wine, mimosa tastings, food trucks, the vendors, spoken words, bands, and the DJ. So definitely make your way there. You can find this on Facebook And you can also find it on the Eventbrite at Augusta-GAS-fall-wine.
Man, last time, better be careful out there because last time I went to a wine festival, I fell asleep in the back of somebody's van. I didn't know who it was.
No, we're not doing that here. We're not doing that here.
Dude was like, "Hey man, what you doing? What you doing in my car?" I was like, the door was open.
We're not doing that here. So actually, the second one, it's actually an annual thing, and it's called Arts in the Heart of Augusta Festival, and it's actually from the 15th at 5 p.m. to the 17th until 6 p.m. And I actually have gone to this, right? And it's basically where they shut the streets down downtown. They have many vendors. They have food. They have a drink. They have artists. And they actually just present all of their works and everything like that. Also on the Commons, they have live music. And around the Commons, they have other extra vendor as well.
That's by the James Brown Auditorium?
Down the street from it. It's actually on off of James Brown Boulevard, but this street is called Broad Street, and they normally have it surrounded by the Augusta Common. And down at the Augusta Common, they have like this statue of James Brown, and then right across the street they have this big like greenery. And then they'll have like a stage over there. People be like performing and everything like that or whatever. And you can also find this on www.freshtix.com/events/arts in the heart of Augusta. And this is something that goes on every year. So we're going this year. We normally go on Fridays and Sundays, early Sunday mornings. And it's really off the chain. Like, it's good. Like, they be having all kind of vendors. And I'm not talking about just like soul food. I'm talking about just all different type of genres of ethnicities.
Let's go. Almost there. You got it. You got it.
Of like food. And then they have people that come from like South Carolina, like all the surrounding areas that actually make like different goods and stuff. And I'm talking about like purses, dresses out of crochet. They make all kind of stuff. And it's awesome. It's awesome.
Okay. That sounds fun.
I do got one more.
Oh, come on, break it down because I only had the one.
I do got one more. This is the one I want to go to. Oh, excuse me. So this one right here is the R&B Soul Fest 2023. And I'm going to tell y'all why I want to go to this one, right? This is on Saturday, September 30th, 2023 at 9 at the Miller Theater. And that's on Broad Street. And I want to go to this because, for one, we're celebrating Miss Cassandra Princeton, which she's a part owner of a Black-owned soul food restaurant that's actually on Broad Street in Augusta. And it's also have performances by Avery Sunshine Stokely from Mid Condition. And I don't know if y'all have heard of him, but this new dude. No, I'm not talking about Stokely. This new dude that then got signed on, I think he probably might have been on Snoop Dogg thing for about a couple of years, but he recently just released a good album, October London. Yes.
No, I never heard of him.
Yeah.
I never heard of him.
October London up. Okay. October London will be here. Okay. And if you go on there and you go to just look up the Miller Theater, Augusta.com. You'll be able to find it on there. And if you want to go to Cassandra's VIP party, there's VIP tickets after the Miller Theater concert. You'll have access tickets to the VIP, and that's upstairs. I'm telling you that you won't be disappointed.
Okay, and then down the street at the gas station, the Exxon, the Yin Yang Twins gonna be performing.
Nah. You know what? I ain't been to the Yin Yang Twins in years. You hear me? I ain't even gonna tell you that story. I'll tell you maybe at a later date at my Yin Yang Twins Expose.
I know. And their consoles used to be wild, man. Their consoles used to be wild.
Expose. But
yeah,
look,
man.
that's what I got. That's what we got for community events and shout out businesses.
Yeah. I'm gonna get more into the businesses next week because I got a lot of businesses in my little community cup.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
We'll definitely hit that on that. So what we're gonna be moving next is to the read of the week.
Read of the week. Now this one, we talk about entitled black folks and how black folks, the dating and all that stuff. We talk about people with entitlements and delusional and stuff like that. So I really believe that this book, some of the excerpts have been used as its history, but I believe this book is a really good book, right? Souls of Black Folks by W.E.B. Dubois.
Oh, I know that's right.
I believe this read should be in everybody's house. Now, one of the things that I feel like we became delusional as black folks, right? We started believing that we could be a part of something that's not meant for us to be a part of.
Well, it wasn't meant. They just didn't want us.
Yeah. So he was an advocate for like, no, we need independence over integration. And he was like, we don't need to integrate. Just give us our 4 acres to move and get the fuck out the way.
He did.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So then we started getting delusional, thinking that we could fit into a system that wasn't meant for us.
Right.
So that's why I feel like this book fits real good into what we got going on tonight. So The Souls of Black Folks by W.E.B. Dubois is my read of the week. My read of the week.
Dubois.
Yes. Yep. Independence over integration, man. So yeah. Independence over inclusion is my thing. But anyway, that's my read of the week. Yes. So with that being said, we talk about the read of the week. We talk about community events. We had a really, really good talk about delusion and crazy and entitlement and all that stuff. So with all that stuff, that good stuff, can we get to this bad shit with the dumbass of the week?
Go ahead.
This dumbass of the week, fuck he talking about, right? So this week's dumbass of the week, he deserves it. The fuck is he talking about? Just fucking stupid. He deserves it. My dumbass of the week is an Illinois man named Devonte Eaton.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. So Devonte Eaton is getting dumbass for getting arrested for bank robbery.
Wow.
Now, for bank robbery. So he got arrested for bank robbery. Now, it's not the fact that he robbed the bank. Times is hard. Niggas is going to hit banks. They're going to run in stores. They're going to steal cars. They're going to do what they got to do to get them some money. It's just the way he went about it.
Right.
That's why he getting the dumbass of the week. It's fucking idiot. So he just got off of work. He was in his construction outfit. He had his neon jacket on, same thing, hat, pants, boots, everything, right? He walked in there, went to the teller, made a withdrawal of money, right? This fool leaves out the bank, comes back in with the same vest, same boots, same jeans, same hat. Only difference is he has a mask on this time. Goes back to the same teller and said, "Hey, give me all the motherfucking money." So he went, made a withdrawal, left, and the only thing he did was put a mask on, walked back in, and went back to the same teller. Now, what gives him the dumbass of the week is that this fool went to the teller, and the teller said his name. "Hey, Mr. Eaton, you don't have to do this." He said, "You don't have to do this." He could have just left when the bank teller gave him a chance. You know what he did?
What?
Fill that motherfucking bag up with money. The bank teller knew who he was. The camera seen him leave and come back in, same clothes, mask on, go back to the same teller, right? So he wound up getting away with $6,000, right?
He didn't get arrested.
Oh yeah, he got away. He got away. But why? Another reason he's getting dumbass of the week. He got the $6,000, right? And he got arrested. But what the bank tellers got on file for everybody? Your name, your fucking address, your phone number.
When they came and got us.
When they went to the house and got him. And guess what they found? The money on the table, next to some crumbled up weed, and the bag and the fucking construction vest.
Damn.
He didn't try to hide it. He didn't try to spend it. He didn't try to do nothing with it. Right?
He just did it just because?
Just did it just because. And that's why Devonte Eaton is getting my dumb ass and we fuck is he talking about.
Where he from?
Illinois. He live
ain't that where you from?
Man, from no fucking Illinois.
Ain't that where you
not doing no dumb shit like this. So yeah, man, the Midwest has been wilding out because and this right he did this right on the outskirts of Chicago. So remember the last couple of dumbasses of the week have been Mississippi, have been Ohio, Illinois, Cleveland. Like this motherfucker wilding out there. Mm-hmm. But this is my dumbass of the week. Fuck is he talking about? Stupid.
Stupid as hell.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Let's go on to the goddamn travel tip.
Yeah.
I got something going on today.
What you got?
Because I'm interested, right?
And man, because I know new travel tips because new travel tips.
So my birthday is in February. Mm-hmm. I'm an Aquarius, right? I got a tattoo right here. Mm-hmm. Aquarius. So the travel tip of the week is Mardi Gras. I went to Mardi Gras a couple of times, but I want to experience Mardi Gras a little bit differently.
You know the one in New Orleans?
Yes.
Oh,
so
man.
Mardi Gras, don't interrupt me. Mardi Gras next year is February 13th, right? And I want everybody to go to Mardi Gras New Orleans.com. So apparently they've come up with a page where you can have the parades, when it's Mardi Gras, planning your visit, history and tradition, Mardi Gras packages. And you can go in there and actually kind of like just get more info about the whole experience for Mardi Gras. That is my goddamn travel tip of the week. Go to Mardi Gras New Orleans.com.
And it's doing Valentine's Day weekend.
Right. And it's February 13th. So 2024. I'm already looking at that time.
I can tell you right now, I've been to Mardi Gras, and it's going to be a whole bunch of people pissing. It's going to smell like horse shit. It's going to be crowded, and it's going to be people fucking in the alleys. Like, it's just
a good time.
It's a good time. But it stink. And there'd be a whole lot of homeless people out there all about St. Peter's. So but it's fun. Like I said,
if you're staying or can afford to stay right on the inside of the French Quarter, I mean, you might get a couple of people, but normally the time they don't go that far in to the actual, like
you do not want to be on Bourbon Street unless you're going to spend money on Bourbon Street, and Bourbon Street is only like a block and a half long. It is. It's only like a block and a half long, and you're gonna pay a lot of money to stay on Bourbon Street.
It's not true. It's not true.
For Bourbon Street for that weekend? For Valentine's Day weekend?
Maybe it could be. Maybe it can be right now, but if it was maybe like a little bit earlier, that's not true. Because I seen some stuff, and I've been there. Like I said, I've been there twice already.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
It's just that first time I was with a crazy motherfucker. Like, he was just crazy. And then the second time I went, it was me and my best friend. And the crazy part about it is the crazy motherfucker was there the second time. And we didn't even come together. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a stalking type of situation. So that made me scared. So this time I want to go, and I want it to be a different experience.
So what's the name now? I can tell you, because you remember I was stationed at Fort Polk, and I lived down in Louisiana for a bunch of years. I can tell you what's more active than everybody celebrates Mardi Gras, but Lundi Gras is the day. Like they go ham in Louisiana doing Lundi Gras. So
okay,
yeah.
well, let me know that. Send me on that. Send me that on
Yeah.
like little side chat or whatever, or you can post it on to the video and everything, and we can do that like that there.
Okay, yeah. Because look, we're about to be in that joint, you climbing that tree, and it's doing Valentine's Day. It's doing Valentine's Day time. So look at you. You about to be double dipping real quick. You know your old man gonna take care of you.
Man, I'm about to be goddamn off the chain. I ain't gonna say nothing about it though. But yeah, so that's my travel tip of the week.
Okay.
Because that's coming up, and it gives us time from now until then. Like I said, Mardi Gras NewOrleans.com. Go in and just check out the whole website in itself. It has the Mardi Gras parades, when it's Mardi Gras, planning your visit, history, tradition, Mardi Gras packages, photo and videos, everything. So that's just an overview site. Of course, if you want to go and kind of like venture off to your little self-stand Meditaire or Metar or whatever it's called. I stayed there before. Metairie. I stayed there before, and it wasn't that far from where we need to go. And you can just plan everything around, like especially some of those even restaurants getting like
East
VIP
Banks,
stuff,
Gonzales,
or like reservations during the Mardi Gras. Some of those restaurants that people be bragging about, you can't even really get in there unless you have a reservation because the lines be down the street.
Oh yeah, all right. But that was an excellent travel tip. I like that. All right.
Switch up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, look, I can tell you right now, this episode was good. I mean, it was a great episode. We didn't have a guest, but we made it sure it was worth it.
No, we ain't gotta have no guest though.
We ain't gotta have no guests. We ain't gotta have no damn guests.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it looked like we come to the close of another show, ain't it?
Yes, we have.
Yeah. So April, tell everybody where they can find you at, because I post the socials every time I post videos.
Y'all can find me. You know what? I just have to be a little bit more consistent, but you can find me on April Golden Goddess Queen, Miss Cutie Queenship, or AKA April Queenship on Instagram. You can find me there. I have a couple of videos. I got some more stuff coming. And I know y'all get tired of me saying that, but I got some more stuff coming. I'm just a working mom. I'm trying to be the best super mom I can be.
You doing
sometimes it? I'm living real life. I don't really, sometimes that social media kind of like get the best of me, but you can find me on there. You can request me, you can say messages, you can comment on our posts, tags me on the videos and everything. So please support us. Please continue to give us your feedback, and we just think everybody's so awesome.
Yeah, man. And look, y'all already know where y'all can find me at, because I won't be out this motherfucker posting IGs, YouTubes, all that stuff. And our streams are doing good. Our YouTube is finally starting to pick up a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? So, hey, man,
I'm trying to look. I got my little curly little poof and stuff right here. People probably y'all be talking about my edges a little bit. They ain't slick. You see them? I ain't got no gray hairs though. My little eyebrows. My little guy who do the eyebrows, he gone.
Oh man. Dang.
And I don't wear too much makeup. So if you expecting that, you can go to the next channel, baby.
Yeah, it ain't.
Now, if I get cute and it's a little surprise, that's fine. But if you expecting it every time, you can go on to the next one.
Hey, well, with that being said, though, we are about to close this show out. So you know what? Peace. Later, motherfuckers.
Ting.